Yo, I'm Lila, a Miami teen with legs that could stop traffic. My model life was goals until it dragged me into family drama and shady secrets. This story's wild, so hit like, subscribe, and share to dive in. I'm Lila, 16, living the dream in Miami's glitzy Coconut Grove, or so it seems. My uncle Marco, a fashion designer who's basically Miami's answer to Versace, adopted me when I was 5 after my mom, a supermodel, ditched me. His mansion's all marble and palm tree, but the real drama's my cousin Zane, 22, who's been hating on me since day one. I've got these crazy long legs, 5 feet of pure runway magic that turn heads everywhere. But Zane's always got something slick to say. "What's up, giraffe? Gonna trip over those stilts?" He'd sneer, tossing his vape like he's some TikTok bad boy. Growing up, Uncle Marco spoiled us both, but Zane wanted it all. On our shared birthday when I turned 6, Marco threw a massive party at his estate, complete with a DJ and a cake shaped like a runway. My half was decked out with edible heels. Zane's had a sports car. "Why's her cake fancier?" he whined, shoving mine onto the floor. I cried, but Marco hugged me tight. "Ignore him. Lila, you're my star." Zane stormed off, and that set the tone for our whole vibe. By 13, I was 5 feet 10, taller than most guys in my class at Coral Gables High. Kids stared, whispering crap like, "Yo, she's a skyscraper." Zane loved it, calling me Bigfoot every chance he got. But Marco saw something else. "Those legs are gold. Lila," he'd say, sketching dresses for me. I didn't get it until last year, when I was scouted at Aventura Mall by a modeling agent. This lady, all Chanel sunglasses and attitude, handed me her card. "You're born for the runway, kid." I laughed it off, but Marco was hyped, signing me up for a test shoot. That's when my life went from 0 to 100. At 16, I landed a gig with a major brand, Miami Swim Week, strutting in neon bikinis for $5,000 a day. My legs were the talk of South Beach. Brands like Gucci and Zara started calling. Marco was over the moon. But Zane, he was pissed. "You're just a coat hanger for Marco's designs," he spat one night, scrolling Insta while I prepped for a shoot. I ignored him, but it stung. The big break came when Luxe Moda, a rival fashion house, offered me a $50,000 contract to model their spring line. It was my ticket to independence, maybe even NYU's fashion program. The shoot was at a swanky South Beach studio, all glass walls and ocean views. I was killing it, posing in a flowy maxi dress, when Zane showed up, visiting with his new girlfriend, Kira, a wannabe influencer with a fake Birkin. "Yo, Lila, don't break the set with those tree trunks," he yelled, loud enough for the crew to hear. I gritted my teeth, but then it got worse. During a wardrobe change, my dress, custom made, worth $2,000, ripped at the seam. The tear was clean, like someone sliced it. I caught Zane smirking as Kira accidentally spilled coffee on the backup outfit. The shoot was a disaster. The director screamed at me, and Luxe Moda threatened to pull the contract. I was humiliated, storming out as the crew whispered, "She's not even that good." I heard someone mutter, "Back home." I confronted Zane in the kitchen, his dumb grin making my blood boil. "You did it, didn't you? You ruined my shoot." He leaned back, popping a grape in his mouth. "Prove it." "Stilts. Maybe you're just not cut out for this." I wanted to scream, but that tingly rage in my chest stopped me. I noticed a weird guy outside the window, maybe 30, in a black cap, snapping pics of the house. Creepy. I shook it off, too mad to care. That night, I decided I wasn't letting Zane win. I practiced my walk in Marco's home studio, heels clicking on the polished floor, perfecting every turn. My legs were my superpower, and I'd make the world see it. The next day at school, rumors spread that I'd sabotaged my own shoot for attention. Kira was behind it, posting shady TikToks hinting I was a diva. My DMs blew up with hate. "Stick to basketball," "giant," I was done. I called the Luxe Moda team, begging for another shot. They agreed, but only if I could nail a last-minute casting at Miami Fashion Week. It was my chance to shut everyone up. I showed up at the casting, head high, in a sleek black jumpsuit that screamed, "I'm here." The room was packed with models, all side-eyeing me. I walked the runway, my legs moving like they owned the place, and the casting director clapped. Actually clapped. "You're in," she said. I was floating. But as I left, I saw him again, black cap guy, now holding a camera with a glowing red lens, staring right at me. My stomach dropped. "Who are you?" I called. But he vanished into the crowd. Back home, Marco was prepping for a huge show, his biggest yet, to save his struggling brand. "Lila, you're opening," he said, beaming. Zane overheard, his face twisting. "Her? She'll trip and tank the whole thing." I ignored him, but later, I found a note slipped under my door. "Stop strutting, or you'll regret it." It wasn't Zane's handwriting. I crumpled it, my heart racing. Someone was watching. And not just for my legs. I had to prove myself. Not just for me, but for Marco. But something told me this was bigger than a runway. My heart was still pounding from that creepy note. "Stop strutting, or you'll regret it." I stuffed it in my drawer, telling myself it was just some jealous hater. But deep down, I knew better. That black cap guy with the glowing camera wasn't random. I had to focus. Though Miami Fashion Week was tomorrow, and I was opening Uncle Marco's show. His brand was bleeding money, and this was his shot to bounce back. I wasn't letting Zane or some stalker ruin it. That night, I practiced my walk in Marco's studio. The Miami skyline glittering through the floor-to-ceiling windows. My legs moved like they were made for this, each step screaming confidence. But as I spun, I tripped over a box in the corner, spilling old sketches and photos. One caught my eye, a picture of Mom, all legs and cheekbones, on a Paris runway. Tucked behind it was a letter in her handwriting. "Marco, they're after me. Luxe Moda set me up. Protect Lila." My stomach twisted. Mom didn't just ditch me, she was running from something. I shoved the letter in my pocket, my head spinning. Marco had answers, and I was done with secrets. The next morning, I found him in his office, sketching frantically. "Uncle, what's this?" I demanded, slamming the letter on his desk. His face went pale, like he'd seen a ghost. "Lila, where'd you get that? Answer me," I snapped. "Why didn't you tell me Mom was in trouble? Who's Luxe Moda to her?" He sighed, rubbing his temples. "Your mom, Vivian, was the biggest supermodel of the 90s. Luxe Moda, their CEO, Cassandra Vale, was her rival. She framed Vivian for stealing designs, tanked her career. Vivian ran to protect you. I didn't tell you because I thought she was gone." "Gone?" I whispered, my voice breaking. "You mean dead?" He nodded, eyes wet. "I'm sorry, Lila. I wanted you to have a fresh start." I stumbled back, tears burning, all these years. I'd hated Mom for abandoning me, but she was a victim. And Luxe Moda, the same company that offered me that fat contract, was behind it. "They're using me, aren't they?" I said. Marco hesitated. "I don't know, but be careful. Cassandra's ruthless." I left his office, my mind racing. I had to nail this show, not just for Marco, but to figure out Luxe Moda's game. At Miami Fashion Week, the venue was pure chaos, flashing lights, thumping EDM, and models strutting like they owned the world. I slipped into Marco's emerald gown, my legs stealing the show. Backstage, Zane was lurking with Kira, whispering to a shady-looking guy in a suit. I ignored them, focusing on my walk. The music dropped, and I hit the runway. Every step a middle finger to the haters. The crowd roared, phones flashing. I was on fire until the lights flickered, and my dress caught on something sharp. It tore, right on the catwalk. I froze, the crowd gasping. A metal spike was sticking out of the runway, rigged to trip me. I stumbled off stage, humiliated. As whispers spread, "She's a mess," someone hissed. Marco rushed over, furious. "Lila, are you okay?" I nodded, but my eyes locked on Zane. Smirking by the exit, "He did this," I muttered. I changed into a backup outfit, determined to finish the show, but the damage was done. Social media was brutal. #LilaFail was trending on X, with Kira's followers calling me a clumsy wannabe. Luxe Moda's team emailed, threatening to drop my contract unless I proved my professionalism. I was livid. That night, I snuck into Zane's room, looking for proof he rigged the runway. His laptop was open, and I hacked his password. Dude still used Zane Roxway. I found texts to Kira. "Spike worked. She's done." My blood boiled, but then I saw an email from someone named C.V. Cassandra Vale. It read, "Keep her distracted. We need Marco's brand." My jaw dropped. Zane was working with Luxe Moda to sabotage us. I printed the email, ready to show Marco, but as I left, I saw him, black cap guy, standing outside, his camera glowing red. "You're digging too deep, Lila," he said, his voice low, like a threat. My heart raced. "Who the hell are you?" He stepped closer. "Someone who knows what Luxe Moda wants. Stop, or you'll end up like your mom." Before I could answer, he bolted, vanishing into the Miami night. I clutched the email, shaking. This wasn't just about me or Marco, it was about Mom. And I was getting answers. The next day, I skipped school, heading to Marco's studio to confront him. But he was in a meeting with Luxe Moda's reps, signing papers for a partnership. "Lila, this'll save us," he said, clueless. I tried to warn him, but he brushed me off. "You're stressed, kid. Focus on modeling." Frustrated, I hit the beach to clear my head, my long legs striding through the sand. That's when I met Tara, a 20-something photographer, snapping pics for Vogue. She recognized me from the show. "Girl, your legs are iconic," she said, grinning. "Why the long face?" I spilled everything. Zane, Luxe Moda, Mom's letter. Tara's eyes narrowed. Cassandra Vale's bad news. "I've heard rumors she's tied to some shady group. Buying out designers. Let me help." I hesitated, but Tara seemed legit. She had contacts in the industry and offered to dig into Luxe Moda. We swapped numbers, and I felt a spark of hope. But that night, Zane cornered me at home. "Heard you're snooping. Giraffe, back off, or I'll make sure Marco cuts you off." I laughed in his face. "I've got proof you're a snake." "You're done." He lunged, but I dodged, my legs carrying me out the door faster than he could blink. I hit at Tara's loft, a funky spot in Wynwood with neon art and Polaroids everywhere. She showed me files she'd hacked. Luxe Moda was linked to a group called The Syndicate, who used models to launder money and steal designs. My mom's name was in their records, marked eliminated. I felt sick. They didn't just ruin her, they got rid of her. I whispered. Tara nodded. "And they want you next. Your fame makes you a perfect pawn." I was done being played. Tara and I planned to crash Luxe Moda's next event, a VIP party at a South Beach club, to find dirt on Cassandra. But as we prepped, my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. "You're walking into a trap." I froze, picturing black cap guy. Tara grabbed my arm. "We're in too deep to stop now." I nodded, but my gut screamed danger. Luxe Moda wasn't just after Marco's brand. They were after me. And I was about to walk right into their game. Jagged. My hands were still shaking from that text. "You're walking into a trap." Tara and I were holed up in her Wynwood loft, the neon glow of her art pieces casting shadows on the walls. The Luxe Moda VIP party was tonight, a glitzy South Beach club event where Cassandra Vale would be, and we were crashing it to find proof they were screwing over Uncle Marco. But that warning had me on edge. Was it Black Cap Guy? Someone else? I pushed the thought down. zipping up a silver mini dress Tara lent me. My legs looked like they could stop traffic, but I felt like a lamb heading to slaughter. "You ready?" Tara asked, slinging her camera bag over her shoulder. She was posing as a paparazzi to get us in. I nodded, faking confidence. "Let's do this." The club was pure Miami, pulsing EDM, strobe lights, and influencers posing for Instagram. My heels clicked on the glass floor as I strutted in, Tara snapping pics like we belonged. The place was packed with models, designers, and shady-looking suits sipping $500 cocktails. I spotted Cassandra Vale on a VIP balcony, all red lipstick and ice-cold vibes, talking to a guy who looked like he ran a cartel. My heart raced, but I played it cool, blending into the crowd. Tara whispered, "I'll hack their office upstairs. Keep Cassandra distracted." I gave her a nod, then made my way to the bar, my legs drawing every eye in the room. I accidentally bumped into Cassandra's assistant, spilling her drink. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," I gushed. Channeling my best ditzy model act, she rolled her eyes but didn't suspect anything. I kept her talking, flirting with some random DJ to stay in Cassandra's orbit. But then I saw Zane across the club, laughing with Kira and that shady suit guy. He caught my eye and smirked, like he knew I was up to something. My stomach dropped. Was he the trap? I texted Tara, "Zane's here, hurry." She replied, "Almost in. Stall." I took a deep breath, strutting toward Cassandra's balcony like I owned the place. "Miss Vale?" I said, flashing my runway smile. "I'm Lila, Marco's niece. Loved your spring line." She raised an eyebrow, her gaze sharp. "You're the one who tripped at Fashion Week. Bold to show your face." I laughed, brushing it off. "Just a bad day. I'm here to talk business, maybe a collab," she smirked, like a shark smelling blood. "We'll see. Stay in line, and you might go far." Her tone gave me chills, but I kept her talking, dropping Marco's name to gauge her reaction. Her eyes flickered, guilty. I was onto something, but then the music cut, and a spotlight hit me. Zane's voice boomed over the mic. "Yo, everyone, let's give it up for Lila, the clumsiest model in Miami." The crowd laughed, phones out, filming. My face burned as Kira posted it live on X, the hashtag #LilaFail spiking again. I wanted to disappear, but then Tara texted, "Got files, meet me out back, now." I bolted, dodging Zane's smug grin, and slipped through a side door into an alley. Tara was there, panting, clutching a USB drive. "Luxe Moda's been laundering money through model contracts," she said. "Your mom's file says she was framed for theft, then relocated. She might still be alive." My heart leapt. Alive? Before Tara could answer, headlights flashed. A black SUV screeched up, and black cap guy stepped out, his glowing camera now a sleek device pulsing red. "You're too nosy, Lila," he said, raising it. I froze. But Tara shoved me behind a dumpster. "Run!" she yelled. Throwing her camera at him, it smashed his device, sparking, and he cursed, lunging for her. I sprinted, my legs pumping like never before. But guilt hit hard. I'd left Tara. I hid in a nearby parking garage. My breath ragged. The USB was still in my pocket, and I plugged it into my phone. Files loaded, bank transfers, fake contracts, and a photo of Mom, time-stamped last year. She was alive, working undercover to take down Luxe Moda. My eyes stung. She hadn't abandoned me. She was fighting, but another file named Syndicate Targets listed me, marked Recruit or Eliminate. I felt sick. The Syndicate wasn't just after Marco's brand. They wanted to control me, use my fame to front their scams. I had to warn Marco, but my phone buzzed with a new text. "Tara's with us. Come to Luxe Moda HQ, or she's done." It was from Kira's number. My blood ran cold. Zane and Kira were in deeper than I thought. I headed to Luxe Moda's downtown HQ, a glass tower that screamed money. The lobby was empty, all chrome and mirrors, but I knew it was a trap. I slipped in, my heels silent, and found Tara tied up in a conference room, Zane pacing nearby. "You're predictable. Giraffe," he sneered. "Cassandra's got big plans for you." I laughed, stalling. "You're her lapdog now? Pathetic!" He lunged, but I dodged, my legs giving me speed. I grabbed a chair, swinging it at him. But Kira appeared, holding a taser. "Move, and your friend's toast," she said. Tara shook her head, mouthing, "Go." I was trapped. But then I heard a faint click, security cameras. I remembered Tara's trick. She'd hacked them before. I kept Zane talking, inching toward a control panel. "You're selling out Marco for what? A cut of Luxe Moda's dirty money?" He smirked. "More than you'll ever make strutting." I slammed the panel, triggering the fire alarm. Sprinklers doused the room, and Tara broke free. Tackling Kira, we ran, but Black Cap Guy blocked the exit, his device glowing again. "No more games," he growled. I focused, willing my legs to move faster than ever, and barreled into him, knocking him out. My head spun, adrenaline crashing, but we made it to the street. Tara panted. "You're insane, but I owe you." I clutched the USB, Mom's photo burning in my mind. "We're not done. Marco's show is tomorrow, and Cassandra's there. We end this." Tara nodded, but Zane's words echoed. Cassandra had plans for me. I wasn't just a model, I was a pawn in a bigger game. And Mom was the key. I had to find her, no matter the cost. The Miami night was electric, the crowd's cheers vibrating through the waterfront pavilion as I prepped for Uncle Marco's finale at Miami Fashion Week. My legs, wrapped in a gold gown that shimmered like liquid sunlight, were ready to own the runway. But my heart was a war zone. The USB in my clutch held Luxe Moda's dirty secrets, money laundering, stolen designs, and proof my mom, Vivian, might still be alive. Tara was in the wings, hacking the live stream to broadcast it all. But Kira's text, "Tara's with us," and Cassandra Vale's plans for me had me paranoid. Zane and Kira were here, smirking like they'd already won. And Cassandra sat front row, her red lipstick sharp as a knife. Marco hugged me backstage, his eyes stressed but warm. "Lila, you're my star. Close this show like a queen." I nodded, but my gut screamed something was off. The music dropped, and I hit the runway, my legs commanding every eye. Phones flashed, the live stream hitting thousands. Halfway down, I ripped off my mic's mute. "This is for Marco's legacy," I said, voice booming. "But Luxe Moda's been scamming him. And my mom, Vivian, who they framed and hunted," the crowd gasped. X lighting up with hashtag Luxe Moda exposed. Tara switched the live stream to the USB's files, bank records, syndicate emails, Mom's photo from last year. Cassandra bolted up, her face a mask of rage, but security swarmed, stopping her. Zane charged me backstage, drunk and furious. "You're dead, Giraffe," he slurred, swinging. I dodged, my legs a blur, and kicked a prop crate into him, pinning him down. Kira shrieked, "You're nothing!" But the crowd chanted my name. Then, a side door creaked open, and a woman stepped in, tall, with my cheekbones, her hair streaked gray but fierce. "Mom!" I choked, tears spilling. She ran to me, her hug warm but shaky. "Lila, you're incredible," she whispered, her voice cracking. "I've been undercover, fighting the syndicate to keep you safe." I clung to her, the world fading. She hadn't abandoned me. She'd been a warrior. But the moment shattered. Black Cap Guy stormed in, his device pulsing blue, flanked by syndicate goons. "Both of you, with us," he growled. Mom pushed me behind her. "Not my daughter." She grabbed a lighting pole, swinging it like a pro, knocking one goon out. I used my legs, kicking the other's chest, sending him crashing. Tara threw her camera, smashing Black Cap Guy's device. He cursed, retreating as security pounced. Cassandra was cuffed, screaming about her lawyers, while Zane and Kira were dragged off, busted for fraud. I turned to Mom, sobbing. "Why didn't you tell me?" She cupped my face. "I had to protect you from them. And him?" Her eyes flicked to Marco, who'd appeared, clapping slowly. "Well done, Lila," he said, his smile too calm, too cold. My stomach dropped. "Him?" I whispered. Mom's voice was steel. "Marco's the head of the syndicate. He framed me, stole my career, and used you to keep Luxe Moda's scams running." I stumbled back, my legs weak. "Uncle, tell me she's lying." Marco laughed, low and dark. "Vivian always was dramatic. I built this empire, Kate. Lila, your mom was collateral damage, and you, my perfect pawn." He pulled a sleek remote from his pocket, and the pavilion screens flickered, showing a live feed of his mansion, rigged with explosives. One click, and it's gone. "Hand over the USB, or Miami pays." The crowd screamed, chaos erupting. Tara whispered, "Lila, we can't." But Mom nodded at me, her eyes fierce. "You're stronger than him." I took a breath, my legs steadying. "You raised me. Marco, you know I don't quit." I charged, faster than I'd ever moved, tackling him. The remote flew, skidding across the runway. Zane, free from security, dove for it, but I kicked it into the crowd, a fan snatching it. Marco roared, lunging, but Mom and Tara tackled him, pinning him down. Security swarmed, cuffing him as he spat curses. "You'll regret this." "Lila," I stood over him, my legs tall and unshaken. "Not today." The pavilion cleared, police flooding in. Cassandra, Zane, and Kira faced charges, but Marco's arrest hit hardest. His empire crumbled, his betrayal cutting deeper than any runway fall. Mom and I sat in a quiet corner, her hand in mine. "I stayed away to bring him down," she said. "I'm so sorry." I hugged her, tears falling. "You're here now." The fallout was brutal. My modeling career tanked. Brands ghosted me. X split between calling me a hero and a drama queen. My NYU dream faded, the scholarship gone. But Tara hooked me up with a small ethical brand, and Mom moved in. Our family whole for the first time. Weeks later, I walked a local runway. No glitz. Just me. Mom cheered, her smile brighter than any spotlight. Marco faced life in prison, the syndicate shattered. My legs had carried me through betrayal, and they'd carry me forward, no matter the scars. Thanks for vibing with my story. My legs took me far, but family and truth mattered more. This is about owning who you are, no matter the haters. Like, subscribe, and share to spread the love. Catch you next time